What's up? I'm sure a bunch of you guys have just got yourself a GoPro camera. If you're watching this video and it's not Christmas, then drop me a comment saying, Jake, you ain't no ho ho ho. It's Christmas time here in Australia and I thought I would jazz the studio up to make it look a little more festive. Anyway, this video is about helping you guys turn your crappy GoPro photos into something a little bit better. From this to this. Or even from this to this. So we're gonna be using a simple app called Lightroom Mobile. If you guys are new around here, this channel is all about travel, creativity, and inspiration. So if you feel like subscribing or punching the thumbs up button, do it. And you can turn post notifications on if you wanna see more of this type of content. All right, let's get stuck into it. Briefly before we get into the tutorial, I wouldn't mind touching on like just a few key ingredients that do make for really great GoPro photos. Now I talk about this a lot on my Instagram page and I have done like certain posts where I'm like, hey guys, look, you can shoot this same location in 3 ways. It's the same location with the same camera shot 3 different ways. Lighting is crucial, so like super bright light, GoPro responds to it really well. Also proximity like from the camera. Like if you're so far away, this is quite a wide angle lens, it's not gonna be the best thing. So GoPro photography really works well if you're up close, if you're taking a selfie, or you're within like 1 or 2 meters from the camera lens. That's always gonna be the best type of photo. So I always think about that when I'm taking GoPro photos. Where is the light source coming from? From here, great. Put the camera there, and then how can I use one location to capture 3 different images? Let's get stuck into the Lightroom edit. Once we transferred our photos onto our phone, we're gonna open up Lightroom Mobile. We're gonna grab one of the images that we wanna edit. Now the first step that I like to take is to crop and size the image. So this is my very first step. I hit the crop tool, and I always want my photos to be in 4:5. Why? Because that is the size of the biggest screen size of an Instagram image. I want them to be in 4:5. Now, if your image is like this, like you shot on a Hero 6 or below, and you know, your GoPro photo hasn't come out in portrait, you can easily rotate down the bottom there. The other thing is that you might the other problem that you might come into is there's a little lock button here. You know, sometimes when you go to like resize your image, if that is locked, then it's always gonna be in whatever frame size that you choose, well, sorry, whatever aspect ratio you choose. So if you say like 7:5 and that thing's locked, you're only gonna be able to have a 7:5, like you can't manually crop. So, you know, if you're running into problems there, just unlock it, rotate the image. I like to have it in 4:5. I wanna center the image pretty basically. I just wanna have myself in the middle, like my face in the smack center. You know, I use the grids often, like I'm just putting myself directly in the center of that grid. If it's like more of a landscape, I might want to put myself on the bottom third, but I'm literally just going for a nice, clean framing. I'm happy with that. That's 4:5, I'll hit tick. That's the cool framing. Now the next thing I like to do is I'll either go into light or color. Seeing color is like quite prolific in this image. Let's start with color. We can go into the mix at the top right there, and the first thing that, like the first color that I want to look at is that big kind of greeny blue color. So I can kind of get rid of the color straight away by desaturating it, and if I increase that luminance, I can see like I'm instantly targeting this color. All right, now colors, you know, it's totally in the eye of the beholder. Everyone has a different preference. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on color. I'll let you guys fiddle around with that, but I'm just showing you how you can selectively edit specific colors. If I go into the other blue, I might wanna, this is probably affecting more of my clouds. I can see it kind of fade a little. If I go more into that blue, add some more saturation. I'm liking that a bit. Add a little bit of luminance. Yeah, I'm liking that. Now those clouds in the top here, I want to give them a little bit more saturation because the blues are probably the, you know, they're gonna pop the most in this photo. All right, let's check those hues. Yeah, cool. All right, I'm into that. I mean, it's not overly saturated yet, but then I'll scroll down here and I might add a little bit more vibrance just to give the image a little bit more pop. Now, instantly what I'm noticing is it's quite dark in this middle section, which is the section that I want to be bright because that's me, that's where my face is. So a really simple way to address that, we haven't really touched on any light yet, is to go, oops, not into here, but go into the selective edits. And at the top left-hand corner, I can select, I can literally create a circle. If I zoom in, pinching to zoom, I'm editing on iPhone here. I can create this selection and I can instantly brighten up my face. Okay, so that's an area that I want to be bright because it's my face. And so I'll go, now I've got this area selected, I can edit it. So what I can do is I can go into either light, and I can bring the shadows up. Whoa, my face is a bit brighter now. And I think just the shadows is probably fine. I might, yeah, a bit of contrast so I don't look like a bit whack. And that's probably fine for now. All right, so there, my face is brighter, instantly brighter. Now let's go back into the light settings because I really like to just give these a little tweak. I normally, with most GoPro photos, I increase contrast and I pull down shadows. This, however, isn't great for it because I've shot with the light behind me, not in front of me. So I don't want to pull down the shadows too much in this. I want to give it, I want to make it a lot brighter. And just to check if your photo is where it's at, or just to check how much progress you've made on the image, you can just hold on the screen and you can see. So instantly we're going from bland to color, straight up. And we've barely edited, we've barely tweaked it. Now, one thing I really like doing with GoPro photos is going into the effects here and adding some dehaze. It just makes everything a lot more like crisp, nice and crispy. Same with clarity. Add a little bit of dehaze, a little bit of clarity. Not going too hard because I don't want it to look, I don't want it to look like I'm hella sunburned. So I just want a touch of clarity and a touch, and like again with dehaze, you can just overdo it. I think it's like, know when to put the brush down. And then vignette, I like to create, obviously that's the center. I want to like push my attention into this middle section. So just to test the image to see where we've come from, this is where we're at right now. Now, I noticed like the front of this image here, it's like a bit dark, like into these blues, and I think we can make that a lot better. So if we go over here, back into our selective and add a gradient, no, I want the gradient to be like that. And then like add, there we go, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want more of a gradient. Now I can create like, yeah, just a little bit more of an interesting image. I can direct the eye a little bit better. So let's have a look here in light. Let's see if we bring up the whites a bit. See how that lifts that color in the front. Darker, lighter. And the other thing I want to do in color directly is add a little bit more satch. Let's now specify a color too, which is probably, oh, that's such a nice blue. Look how ripe that blue is in contrast with the sky. There we go, that's cool. I'm gonna tick on that. Let's just have a look where we come from. Boring, whoa, Lightroom, you're crazy. There's our final product. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up the top here and we're gonna save to camera roll, maximum available. Hope you guys have found some use in this. If you've never used Lightroom mobile, then I highly recommend just downloading a trial version. Selective editing and the ability of playing with colors is just immense. You can really get super creative. Also, if you don't have the budget to be paying for a mobile subscription or something like Lightroom, Colortone is a really great free app, which I'll link in the description of this, which you can check out. Also, GoPro photography specifically, take this tip on if you take anything out of this video full stop, is like when you have a GoPro photo, if you increase the contrast, just drag that slider up and pull down the shadows, it creates a lot more dynamic range in the image and you will see an improvement in the photo straight away. So just increase the contrast, pull down the shadows, and I hope that is one thing that you take from this video. If you have learned anything, punch the thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, I've released some merch. If you haven't checked that video out on my second channel, I just did a daily vlog talking to you guys about releasing some merch. If you want one, link is in the description. As always, I love making videos for the internet. See you guys in the next upload. Ciao. Peace.